educational and inspirational dramas and more. We broadcast the gospel with signs and wonders, reflecting the will of God daily. Our audience also enjoys local, national and international news. With Mercy Media, your business is already a success.
Hello viewers, and welcome to another edition of the program Sports Hour on Mercy Television, Channel 29. As we slogan go the place to say everybody and somebody. And today we come again for continue to sports program. We are can look at the local sports there inside Mama Salon, and also can try to look at international sports them and see how we for compare the both sporting activities them from we on side and the international world, and how we for improve we on inside Sierra Leone. And with me I can always get my co-host Martin, and this is Martin. You can say hi to me.
Fambolem, good day, and welcome to Mercy TV Sports Hour.
And inside the program today we get somebody we normally can see 1 or 2 times we na Reginald.
Yeah, good afternoon and thanks for having me. And
inside this sports program, as I say, we'll get for look at we local sports them, and we local league in the Sierra Leone Premier League and also the Sierra Leone Female Premier League. And for the Sierra Leone Premier League, we should say Bo Rangers them they prove themselves they're consistent in the competition, and they're still the first in the competition, and as we know that they may win the last one. We'll go see if they're going to win this one again, or the likes of Mighty Blackpool, so the Easter Lions there, or the other teams they will try for catch up with them and snatch the trophy away from the Bo Rangers team. And inside that today I get Reginald will go come for make you can tell me more how we see the competition, and if you see gets Bo Rangers get any hope for win the trophy back.
Yeah, thank you very much. Of course, I think Bo Rangers do extremely well. They win the last league. This form still they perform and all, and leading Mighty Blackpool now by 6 points. Okay. We are halfway through the end of the first round. Still in a match with 12. Think about 4 more matches for round up the first round and all, and that form we will see that zest what I mean gets now the last league and still there with her, winning games, getting the maximum point, opting out, they remain unbeaten. Now the Sierra Leone Premier League currently as we talk, then they play against Usum Stars now Usum Phil and McKinney, and the match they goalless, so many positive things there and all. They lost their coach this year, in contract be expire, and then we get for return back to encounter coach Abedi come in, continue that consistent one and all. So I think for me I'm very much convinced. I cannot say they will win the competition, but if they keep performing, of course in this particular way, then the possibility for make them not win it will be very slim, because they get the players there, that they perform, the result there, the motivation is there, and several other things that even make you win games. Then get an Bo Rangers. I think all waiting and just need for them just keep doing it, keep being consistent and follow up, because now a 2-leg league with the top, but I cannot confirm from now that Bo Rangers go win the league. They've started the first round very well, but we never can tell within the second round go look like how, because you lost 3-4 games, the table definitely they change. But if they keep continuing this particular way, you stays, then I'm afraid nobody will stop them.
Okay. For me, I look at say, Lena can Bo Rangers not can feel like we can get teams there in Europe, the likes of Man City and the likes of PSG. We know say them get the power and everything. Yeah. So it's like Bo Rangers, that kind of team. People at past. We normally not talk about Bo Rangers. Talk about the likes of Mighty Blackpool, Easter Lions, but now Bo Rangers don't come into the picture, and we see the kind of development way they try for contributing to the football, and also them. If you look at them playing field and pitch and everything, they kind of say as a football team they don't try for changing the narrative of football inside Sierra Leone from one level to another level. So when you look at that part, I want to make more just explain more how you see which kind of impact that it plays to Sierra Leone football.
It gets beaucoup positive impact. Of course, you just don't make mention of the transformation way they don't come with in Sierra Leone football. For me, the very first team with a clubhouse. Initially, we been get Diamond Stars. That time we don't under one dam. I think it was Diamond Mining holding. Then we get a clubhouse that they play then all been they reside together. But at least the standard of that clubhouse there now, compare. It's vast different. Then we just don't see a very super wonderful stadium where the executive chairman for Bo Rangers, Babadi Kama, direct. In fact, it's 90 to 95% completed now. That as well is massive and all, and the welfare of the players them also. They look at them with keen interest. So all of these are positive signs, that they actually come. The only thing we're curious about is the level of consistency, because you see, alone that have been the problem. You see people that start very well, they start with high pace, and as time they go, as they proceed, that pace they drop can down. So for Bo Rangers, we hope that not be the case, and all. One for see consistency, and I will tell you, since then coming, they really don't put that kind of competition among member clubs. Now look at FC Calon developing their pitch. Then we get a pitch. Now then the developer now they don't get the artificial turf, work they go on. Distance time they go together. Eastern now have the developed trade center now. Because Bo Rangers already don't set the narrative, don't set the pace. Some of these other clubs they come. Mighty Blackpool said probably in 1 or 2 years the chairman will tell you say it's in their mind now for ensure so they get their facility for themselves. So all of these are positive. In fact, for me, I'm very much impressed. Like I say, in this emergence since then coming, they've been of course not only club and salon, but I tell you, the past few years, the past 5 years, the mark where they don't set, it's extremely huge. It's enormous, and I think we must commend them.
Okay, Martin, I'm going to say you said there's something for add towards the development and the footballing parts. And when it comes to when you look, because you see, as Reunionians, then we love football, and one of the things that for me, we are feel say the unite together. Because when you see the time when we qualify for the Nations Cup, you see how everybody come out and try for. You see the love, everything, and at that point in time, we not the things say mean as this, mean as that, but the love there. So, in your part, the consistency of trying for develop the Premier League of itself, you feel say within the right lane.
Well, football, just as we can say, a gradual process. They start small, and I believe for say since the coming in of this new minister, and we don't try in 1 or 2 ways, and also the present executive of the Salon Football Association, we're held by Tomotadi Brema. We see the league they play consistent now, back to back, where that's good, and that's able to see the players and able for get up to fit to themselves. And the currently the Salon Premier League they go on a nice one. We see though them be the stream for funds, the presidents come in and support, because football is all about money. If you not get money, there is no way the ball will play. So and the own work also then come and boost them, where that's good. So we don't see Bo Rangers currently they top the chart with 27 points out of 11 games. Also you get Mighty Blackpool, they also the second with 22 points after 11 games. Get Diamond Stars where they play right now with Bo Rangers, then they get 19 points. So you see, if you are the first to the third, they all they push. And when you take a look at Mighty Blackpool, they get a very good squad. I watched their game against FC Calon. Now been a nice one, you see the players that all they play with determination, despite the fact that when you take a look at Calon, people will say Calon, their form it drop right now. Yes, it drop. But when you take a look at the players them of Calon, these are young, brave boys them. Or they don't even get that much experience compared to the rest of Mighty Black top players than the Bo Rangers we see. So that tells you. But when they play, it's just that they're not able for converting to the back of the net. You see them get the first win after them be the struggle, they get a 1-0 win over Mighty Blackpool. Now as a result of that, the gap between Mighty Blackpool and Bo Rangers it go up to 6 to 7 points now. So right now, Bo Rangers gets 27 points, and then they can play. If they win, then they get 30 points after 12 games. And whilst Mighty Blackpool also gets for play, then get 22 points. So you see how the league they play. It's a nice one, like the game open up. And now we want, despite the fact that we get 1 or 2 hiccups them from different people them about referees, them bad officiating, we see Fitoni and Slipper where they inside the competition, then we withdraw. They say they need to play the game because of 1 or 2 officiating, we don't go that way with them. But later on, I think they sort them out where the FA back then come in and say after them go progress, they say then go amend the problem. Also, we see Mohamed Kalon also be expressing dissatisfaction over the officiating. And also, them all, even spectators, fans, then they come the way and manner how referees, then they officiate matches them. I don't know whether not because of the big guns them making appear into most of them matches. Then they find out for say now the league don't take a U-turn. They be due to the coming up body and other people them the types of diamond stars. I be household name. Just how me what I be talking earlier. Then became one of the best club. Say they win the league. Say the year where that my Saki guy the NBA in charge. So then became one of the best. And they pay the players. Then became one of the and then they pay the highest paid player at the league inside them. But just because of one or two things make like nobody get that funding again. But I don't they click. But me believe say if only just as how you talk earlier, you can always say if the clubs them make sure say then give the clubs them to the community. I believe for say football will get a U-turn because the people then will feel like for say this now we get this team here so then go come in and support just as you can mention about Kofa when they get Mountain City, see the kind of turn up, see the kind of how they place the park, jam park. Similar example like FC Calon. The location where them go get under Angola. Now a very nice place. Calon, I want to get around that vicinity there. The people of Angola time, you call these people them, they just go carry anything because they start with your own team. So if all the people and they just man they plenty, then say they go for over game, a huge amount of money, huge amount of revenue Calon they make. So that tells you football is all about initiative.
Yeah, when you talk about you make mention of the referee them and all of the some matches then they will there forget an issue at the end of the match. And you remember the last time we interviewed, I think a representative from SLFA or
yes,
the Premier League board, and Abi will be asked see waiting now the role of the referee then if they get an independent body make mention say yes, but it's like the referee then now gets the say like even if they get the saying, but then they do things their way wrong because before this competition starts, I've been seeing some comments where some people they make them make the referee, they make the game so fun for people to go watch because they find out say the last competition and despite in the end well, but there are some points there where some matches them in the way people are not being go down well with. So Regina, I don't know if she's keep podcast to this and try for me. What do you feel? The referee then gets their own independent body or then get a body we are in the monitor them for make them know say this is wrong with they do?
Yeah, of course. The referee then gets a referees committee at the Sierra Leone Football Association. Of course, we just see an appointment from the Sierra Leone Football Association. You should then confirm various sets of people. You get Daudu Williams, a couple of other people. I think five ex-referees way. Then that committee where they serve, and they get a referees manager. Now that referees manager, they answer able to the Sierra Leone Football Association Executive Committee. I think they don't get that independent body for run and carry out to the activities. The only thing we don't get is that they've not been consistent in terms of officiating matches, and that it don't be serious concern. At some point, don't they hinder the integrity of the league and all, because if you want to get a better league, then you must get better officiating. If you not get better officiating, then there is no way we will get better league. So I think that is something we as journalists we don't blow the whistle, we don't ask questions as to what is happening, how we can make them better and all. And I will tell you, I think they are listening and all. Since we make that complaint, at some point we see referees and boycott matches as well. We not being good. We come and condemn again because in whatever cases there is nothing way for stop the game for play, and at that point we see them things and they happen. But amidst them struggle and there are one or two matches there as well where the referees then won't try where we don't talk on. So I think let's just give them some time for actually up their game because they get keyhole for play in ensuring that we get a very good and structured Salon Premier League.
Yeah, forget an independent body now one. Then at the same time, if you just then left and so I think say forget another separate body where they monitor the movement and what thing they do. So if something go wrong at some point, then go get some amount of punishment. So well, yes, like a fee. If this go wrong, then we will ban you for 2 or 3 matches, something like that.
Yeah, that are some of the recommendations there because it happen in all over the world when the referees them know, when they're not playing game, there are 1 or 2 suspensions where they see that they demote referees them in in other leagues in the world. In Nigeria, then the most about 13 referees send them down to the lower level. Some then they even ban them from refereeing for probably 6 months, 1 year, depending on how the case severe. And also, I think we say if it's high time we begin for level some of the fines and they depending on the conduct, because like I say, the referees then get killed for play in all of this way don't they happen. So I think it's high time the referees that were in charge, I mean the committee, begin for take stringent measures them for ensure say the referees them always when they get the opportunity they do one to the best of their ability as well.
Okay, so now let me just see compare the both leagues then. Now the Israeli Premier League and also the female Israeli Premier League together. How far, because for the first competition this way then you play, how far you see how you go reach the female league?
Oh, the female league is very good. Of course we don't see themselves on the consistent. The second leg of the female Premier League don't start, and you know the performance of the players them, I mean the ladies them, they don't be quite fantastic. And teams that maybe they do well in the first leg, we see they still they do well. The one that maybe they shaking a little bit, like FC Cologne now, the female team, we see themselves register a comfortable win over the weekend. So I think it's a gradual process. It's a win-win situation. I cannot compare the structure of the male and the female league. I think we are they're all the other amateur level and all. But I will tell you, it good because we don't play female football. I mean at that level, the female Premier League, this is not the very first time they made an edition. So you must commend the female Premier League board for the job where they don't do. They've been fantastic. I know they tell you challenges and all the challenges and Boku. But I think for even that bold step where they take, you know, for car organize the league, and up till now it's played week in, week out, and it challenges them, then we must commend them and we must say kudos to them.
Okay, just as what I mentioned earlier. So for the weekend inside the Sierra Leone Women's Premier League, these are the matches them we get for play. We'll see who side Saturday, who side Arbitra Queens, get for play Malema Queens. That game they go play inside Kabbalah Field when 4 p.m. Also, we get Koya Queens, get for meet up with K. That game they go play inside my 38th field. And also, we get another match again when for Sunday, we get Kaula Queens, also get for take on Denbok. That game they go play inside Kenema Field, 4 p.m. Patricia Umu also get for take on Magwema Queens. Where that game they get for play inside Cambia Field. And also Sierra Leone Police get for take on Correctional Service. Where that game they go play inside the police playing field. What's Reginald? We see the Sierra Leone Females Premier League, how it go, but the kind of momentum we will see to the male Premier League is not to compare to that. I don't know. What do you feel to say like when they get some wrong, the head of media and people who them put in charge, because I didn't see much of the female Premier League, the flow compared to how the male. What do you feel to say the problem?
Now, of course not to Salon no more, even in England or other parts of the world. Female football don't get that kind of momentum compared to male football and all. Yes, there are some points when you talk about marketing the female Premier League. That's where we don't talk and all, you know, we only get I think it's Awad Dauda and we're at the head of the female Premier League board media department, and I think you get few other people that we don't even can. But have they done enough? I'll tell you, they've tried, but they've not done. You know, I think there is still room for improvement. That gap not for the information for the flow frequently, exhausting all social media platforms, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter. You know, so that people can get used to the league. And but sometimes as journalists, you struggle if you even forget some results, forget some fixtures, and also some of these are challenges. Then I think they need for look at, and as times they go, we really get for see that they upgrade them and moving to another level. They are trying, of course. The structure of the league is there, and all, and then they push for ensure say, you know, they reach. They want to elect the board for. They are not satisfied with their current situation. They will tell you there is still room for improvement. And for me, I think how things only go, I want to say kudos to them. I'm very much impressed with how they don't structure the league and how the league don't play. And I just hope that he finish well.
Okay, because the last time I've been witness a press conference where Madam Maturi, we are the part of the board of the Female Premier League, which I make mention say like they get an open space wherein then make sure say information flow, but not withstanding like we need to see much of the information flow, and most especially the media. They need for hype some of them game matches there, so that at least people then go look for say matches and they play outside there. But I can tell you, it's hardly for even here say game they play under because of the information and not the flow. Now we take a look at Alberta Queens and Malema Queens. Alberta Queens, we see them performance into the league not too that much. They're in the high peak we compare to the likes of Magwema Queens or Kaula Queens. Also, if you to say like some of them clubs there, so they could get them wrong, and also FC Calon, we see them performance into the first leg. A drop because not to that people they expect because Calon are a household name, and in as much as they can get a female team, they expect much. Like for say we're able to get a very good result for fans then, but we need to see much. And also the way how the publicity they go for the female FC Calon compared to the male is quite different. Also, if you to say like they get them wrong.
I just don't make mention of the interest of people. It's all boiled down with interest. Also, interest not the better. You know they get that kind of massive publicity and all. With me, all I say here is just make their opening game and all, and make them actually see how they can before upgrade with the area of marketing their matches them and all. If so, we'll get a very competitive league. But if they don't market the league, then I'm afraid. The momentum will continue for die down, and the gap been too long. The gap for the first leg, that break session, I think it was over 2 weeks or so, and you cannot keep the league for that long distance there. Not Daniel come with some losing of interest in the league, and the clashes, the can't clash with the male Premier League, 2 leagues playing simultaneously and all. We not get better venues and all of it are challenges. And I hope that they get better.
Okay, you just already talked about the president. But we see a situation we are in, we get where we done successfully meet the FIFA a flexible standard, and then we done present them with them badges them as certificates for the 2023. So, what kind of impact you feel say that they create to the organization for no get people able to get outside and come improve the sports essentially?
Congratulations to the referees. We impressed. Of course, it's high time we begin see the referees and now the ref CAF. Nations Cup qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers, Nations Cup, the tournament, the entire chance. We don't get a single Sierra referee. We go officiate match day. That was a big slap on the face. The entire Nations Cup as well, we not get a single salary referees for refereeing or even lines. That was also not good. The World Cups and also, I think that should be a target for them. The referees then for target themselves that we need for upgrade ourselves, we need for upgrade game, so that then going to give you opportunity for officiate at the highest level. And because as a ref, you want for ref at the highest level, and if you not reach that level, and then it tells you guys stay bigger room for improvement. So we hope that they work on the area and then begin for challenges there for begin officiate matches there and then competitions and what I made mention of.
Yeah, also I know you get a lot to talk about you organization where you coming from, and also the changing of name and all. So wait till you get for tell me more about that.
Thank you very much. Of course, when you ask me about aquatic or swimming, I can be so happy, so impressed for talk about that because it's part of me now. I enjoy when they talk and even when they talk other sports in this. But I'm a journalist sometimes. You get to be versatile, But the changing of name, I just give background. It comes from we world governing body. Of course, initially it was FINA, Federation, the International National Association, and now we get this Congress when we attend the last one. It was in Melbourne, Australia, and when they go, the FINA initially don't change to World Aquatic now. So it's no longer FINA, it's now World Aquatic. That is like how you get FIFA decided for change to another name. So when they change, in that same Congress, then pass a communique to all the members them part of World Aquatics. That's una self need for change. Like for example now, if Sierra Leone Amateur Swimming, Diving and Water Polo Association, if for change from that name to Sierra Leone Aquatic, nothing much, nothing less. I can't tell you why they choose aquatic. If Nigeria Swimming Federation, they change from Nigeria Swimming Federation to Nigeria Aquatic. Now, when they say aquatic now, it has to do with every form of swimming, Of course, you talk about diving now, you talk about open water swimming, you talk about pool swimming, several other forms, and water polo, they're all under that. So when aquatic now makes it more bigger and it makes it more interesting. So now we get over 8 to 9 aquatic sports. When you talk about so it don't become more bigger now, and certain sports that we will not be they do will be limited to. We don't get the challenge now, and the owners now for doing, because it's not only about swimming. First, it was just swimming, diving, and water polo association. Now we are going to do we get open water now. Yes, we qualify for the open water now. We qualify for do other forms of swimming as well, which makes it more interesting. Of course, I'm sure if you follow Olympics, you can see that they introduce new form. Now you get the 4x1 swimming itself as well. Initially, it will not be the do some of them other race than this. So now so many events they don't can add, and it becomes more bigger. So we serve the change on the 14th of this month, February, Tuesday, at the new Brookfield Hotel, where they get a flamboyant event in which we showcase aquatic to the world. We display several aquatic events and make people can see. We invite people away, of course, get stake in the game. The Minister of Sport get for officially do the launching. We get for get the Executive Director of the National Sport Authority, the Deputy Executive Director, government official, member of the press, Mercy TV self. When I get for the day, of course, we normally when we can get, we know Mercy TV can always on the cover swimming, so we get for call on colleagues them from other media institutions them. The reason why we call them, so that when we ask, when you stay go to Napia one for talk about aquatic, you actually know what in aquatic mean. When I talk about aquatic, so you don't see the action, you will begin for fun and difficult. Waiting is possible to talk. The time will look bigger, but at that time when they display them in front of you, you actually see swimmers in the display, because we swimmers and therefore they part of the launching, and we are going to change our name officially on that day. Now it's here on aquatic, but on that day it will become more official. Now if you check with website www.salonswim.com, we know the countdown. It will tell you say there are 4 more days or 3 more days to go and all, because the dates they get closer, and so the countdown they go. And so it therefore happen on the 14th, and like I say, we don't do invitations. Then the National Olympic Committee have today now go I do up the invitation. The NSA, the Ministry of Sports, we don't send invitation there, and we get for target more than key people as well these days for ensure say the event not only be an event for winner the Sierra Leone Aquatic, but it be a national event, and not only a national event as well, but also a global event where Ghana, initially it was Ghana, but now Africa Aquatic will follow, and FINA initially, when now World Aquatic, the NSF go follow, and NSF go proud of what we do now this part of the world.
Yeah, getting these events now, we all they hope for see how it for look like. But the other thing, how consistent this get for being, because now if we look at the only sport for me where they see the flow well inside football, because we get different people and different things the way they want for involved in to the talents, then everybody now go play ball. So how it get for be like, how which are the plans that we and put in place for make sure this continue and it get for be a competitive something we get for the opponents.
Thank you very much. When you talk about swimming with track record, then they speak for me. Of course, yes, we very much determined, and we always on the, and for we this guy not just the beginning. We don't one of the things that we can tell we swimmers them at all time. we best is not good enough. We get for ensure say we go above we best, and for we need to settle for less. So in fact now the thing that we don't make we want for ensure say we'll be consistent. You find out say from when stadium close, several association and they will not even function now. You don't even get that, you don't even contact them or even access them. But for we, as we come out stadium now, we are the first association we secure an office space. We up till now we office space they up and running, and we dey train not only for competition. Now we swimmers then they get training on Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. When I can go now Badin Beach when I do the train now and see we swimmers and they train. We are not only training for competition, but we train ahead of competitions as well. We regional bodies them all they up and running. The northern region aquatic salon, then they do their own sort of activities them. Southern region aquatic salon, they do their own activities them. Eastern region aquatic salon, they do their own activities. Western area aquatic salon, themselves they do their own activities. So you see all of them and they also get their own role. In fact, on that day will they change. For tell you say that a national event, then self they get their own ceremony them. Then self they do and the northern region. First it was northern region swimming diving water polo association. Then self they get their own official launching and changing of names. So all of these events again for happen simultaneously across the 4 regions of this country, which makes it a national event, which makes it a global event, and we challenge ourselves that we want for ensure say we not only do this and ensure it fail, but we go by am. We want for see aquatic sports really develop and we go to the last village in this country also. So we very much committed for ensure say it is consistent, and we at no way stop for no any good reason. As at now, pull no dey. That is for the easy example for we say pull no dey now, no no dey train. Afterwards we go tell the one whole country say now one day Olympic size pool get. But we are training at the Aberdeen beach. And even though that is not the appropriate venue to train, we are training there. And the good thing is that with swimmer they go in water, then they get 1 or 2 techniques them and all. If we get the resources, when competition on there, we take them to training camps and ensure say they're in the right footing for compete.
Yeah, but Reggie, talking about swimming association don't change now to aquatic.
Yes, Sierra
aquatic, and the world governing body we have FINA. Now they under that umbrella there.
Of course.
Then what do you think to say like at the end of the day? Now that FINA don't say like for change and now to
world aquatic,
then say don't go world aquatic. What's one they aim for achieve at the end of this day?
We need, like I say, we dey under them. You just start like where you get your parent them, and then the parents and then they control you. We not picking them, we not baby them under them. Whatever thing we then tell we just get for go by them. That dictates it. We not grab by yourself and say oh they change your name or. No, we get the communicate from them, and then self don't change. You find out Ashia they in fact send a communique to the president is currently sick. They recover from an operation we go do, and we see the World Aquatic president and executive director communicate to him and send him good wishes, and they don't give it time frame. Say so period una for don't change. If we not change, whatever thing we face, that we fail for ourselves. So if your parents don't give something for do, you definitely just get for go by that dictate say of your parents as good picking. And we proud for say that the one whole Africa Aquatic we are among the 4 sets of aquatic federations them where they do that changes there. In fact the first now West Africa, and I think the second or third now Africa. It's 1 or 2 countries and they don't do their own. So you see we always they go along. We want for ensure say we always not fail when they do their governance survey. We always submit we own questionnaire before they ask for the deadline. When they ask for reports, we don't send them even before they ask we. So whatever I think when they check we ensure say we do them before time. And wait till they stand for benefit. We stand for benefit so many things. Them one, this will include salon among other association them. Of course, say yes, aquatic sport is of course taking place here in Sierra Leone, a very small country gets so much challenge with venues, training facilities, but aquatic is still playing here. Imagine the one whole country now only 1 Olympic size pool will get up till now and all, but that is not limit we and all. We get countries that we get the facilities, but don't get the expertise, they don't get the executive structure, and the way how then they do their own things, their own governance system. It's not.
If I can come in, there are certain organizations after when I go to launch, I go to change this name.
Yeah.
When I get different regions and streets or not all is Sierra Leone, we get 16 political districts in the country.
Yeah.
How far now we will make sure say the message when I will can pull on Wednesday or Thursday when I will do this launching a reach to the 16 political districts so that the layman out there not going to go with the old name when Sabi.
Thank you very much, Martin. If you listen to me shortly, the reason I say the same day, then all the regions themselves they do their own simultaneously. We get a club that Lunge, that the northwestern region. We get the northern region. The northern region, you get under we get Poloko, we get Tonkolili district, we get under the Makeni Dede, you get Maboka, and a couple of other Koinadugu, Kambia, they all under the northern region. When you talk about the southern region, we get Bo, Pujem, you know that other parts them as well. So and the same day when we the launch, now the same day themselves they get their own event. Now we provide them the fund for ensure say themselves do their own launching. We do we own as a national federation. Yeah, where we go host other people and then they go host whoever they want to host. Then we don't get any mandate say when I invite on a membership because then get a member where they under them. We just start like we get SLFA, Wafa, Kono district, you know, Wafa gets clubs every day on Wafa. We Wafa get meeting at the colonial clubs so the region as well. We don't get any mandate for pass that message. Now not only we there so they can pass the message. We communicate through the executive. Now we communicate through the executive. The executive now the channel to the lay member, and the lay member now will take the information known. So now so we get for the February 14 from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. now free only as we get we launching, and as well at same time they across the 4 regions and then we get their own simultaneously.
Yes, plenty, thank you. I want for say speedy recovery to the president, Mr. Toure.
Thank you very much.
Very good luck.
Yeah, now we look quickly at to see the old Edward coach. We see some scandal, the way the accusation, the way we did foresee how but my 18 you be the talks and like that. I don't know how much you get for say about that.
This now something we didn't happen way back. I think if I can recall, was it in 2021 the female under 23, then the coach have been Kaloga. And there was a report of sexual harassment, sending of nude photos. There is a lady that's accused, a player. She is a team captain. He go on an air with. There was a popular guy having a online TV. Desmond Payne is a Sierra Leonean. He live outside there with our Dauda. That was there. The lady break the silence.
Yeah, Kande Belkeso.
Yes, Kande Belkeso. And the older audience, the club also don't pull out a press release because the vendors, the people who carry out this story, now the Guardian newspaper will be based in UK. Because the SLFA, they don't suspend the coach. SLFA, they suspend the coach, put them aside. Whilst the Salon police, they do the investigation. At the end of the day, the Salon police do the investigation, then say they don't get sufficient evidence for proof say that in the happen. So at the end of the day, they get for acquittal. But the question here who they ask, the Salon police acquittal. Why is it that SLFA don't suspend them? The Salon police don't find them guilty. Why is it that the SLFA not being against State Kaluga again? These are some of the questions. And also the Guardian newspaper where based in the UK, because they interview the lady, they also get a wait and see like FIFA send several questions because they get in connection with FIFA also for ask them 1 or 2 questions with regards to this thing where they happen and say SLFA, then they ask them repeated questions where they're not able to answer. That shows that they're not be able to do the investigation very well. Because if they do the investigation, Salon police we don't conclude, we don't conclude. Therefore, not reinstate the coach, but that means to say you're not finding guilty. But the coach was never reinstated, so that's how it left. And people outside there don't pick up the issue again. Where that is very bad for Sierra Leoneans, especially female players them out there. And not only Bilkisu, another player also, the goalkeeper for FC Kalon. Himself also expressed the same sentiment. He give an intake about that. Instead facing that same thing there. So you see, when you take a look at that, it's a board, yes, and not good for the game. If them picking a bit to say, then they lay the kind of allegations they also to Kaluga, where Kaluga is a big coach, a coach FC Yuansin, and also the coach now, the Old Elodians Football Club, where we see the club don't debunk, say they not get any reports for say them coachy guilty on this thing, so they're not aware of any letter. So now a bad one, we just hope say they go expedite the investigation, because this is not really good for the country name, because so, as you take a look at it now, it's all over the social media, because now international media, when the Guardian newspaper and then pick up that issue, that tells you that, then they follow up on this matter also, and then they work in and now with FIFA for say how far they go. See say they release them where they pin for say like this thing really happen, get justice.
Okay, well, then now we hope for the best. Then for now, let we look at the possibility of Sierra Leone for host to in international matches. Then now we home again, and we see we are in the SLFA, the conduct CAF mandate inspection on the southern arena. Now we for the bid to secure CAF approval for host we matches them for the approval for the facilities that they approve. See, they up to that standard is that to go for host matches them inside your country rather than with the go in the neighboring countries then. So you see any hope for Sierra Leone for host matches then at the southern now?
Yeah, because if you can look way back when the issue of Musa Noah Kamara being come up, okay, we see Usai, the CEO winner Babadi Kamara, say one of in the way what thing go make him feel happy as a Sierra Leonean, now where he see Leone Stars host international matches inside the Southern Arena, because now it's 6,000 capacity stadium,
sure,
and currently the Salon Football Association they say also they expedite the process now, because they say first quarter into this year the stadium go not available, and then they make them to that standard. That's why you find out the Salon Football Association Secretary General Chris Kamara, Arola Johnson, and the media person ADK, they all went to the Southern Arena for go do an inspection, so that then we will take one or two information, then send them to CAF and FIFA, whether then say yes, this don't meet international standard for let Salon go host them games. And it's a nice one, a good initiative, because Babadi in Napoleon say Leone Star host matches, and way that could be as an advantage to we, rather than we Salon go host matches in Liberia and Guinea. Find out for when we get that support, so we go and compare to what we host and we home, we'll get that much support, and the team will perform and do well. And take a look at the current stage where Leone Star there. And all get for really easy for we the qualification one, and we already need the backing of the fans, the 12 months, we are the fans. So now a nice one for the FA move into the Southern Arena and do an inspection. We hope for see a better one.
Yes, the regional of the Sierra Aquatic, am I correct?
Yeah.
So you see, looking at the improvements at the Southern Arena, and we hopefully say with next international matches then we will for Ulster inside the countries.
Yes, of course. I think we need to say kudos to the chairman of Bo Rangers, the team manager of Leone Star, Babadi. They don't invest a lot on that particular project, the millions of dollars, and all people and they will get that money, they pass them. People and they will some man they say some man get the money but no will choose to invest that kind of way. Come what may, say what you want for say that facility is not only going to be used by the people of Bo but the entire country, because if Leone Star host matches there, now we all have as a nation on benefits from that facility. And look at how many thousands of dollars we spend when they go play matches and all that countries there with the rent stadium, of course, hotels and so many other things, and anything that is very much expensive. And also if we get the hosting rights, hosting match at that stadium there, I think it will be a facelift, even though yes the capacity is 6,000. But I would tell you the facility, the all for which we don't see, we are not the experts. I know exactly. Tell you whether if sure. It's or qualify for host national matches or international matches. But from I seen it's very pleasant now we hide them for see we've seen ultra facilities, middle privilege for Godi. No witness at this point. I think it has been a while. Tell I Godi not even pay the carpet it, but at that time it stand with already and several other things. But for now, we see the lights and the lights don't get fixed. The stadium is 95% complete now. They've already erect the goalpost. They don't demarcate the field and all the chairs them. For the dugout, self ready, the dressing rooms, several other things them as well. They're in good shape and all. And we know the last when they do a last check on the Shaka Stadium before it was banned, we saw some of the things we make them not agree approval for make real match. One, the media zone, the toilet facility of the Shaka Stadium was badly managed and all. We hope for the Southern Arena. It's good now, but again, I think one of the things that we Babadi, if they listen or somebody with around, if therefore ensures a strict measures then they in place. It should not be for all. There should be standard. That it don't be the problem. We make with stadium all kind of events, all kind of activities that they go. So when you ensure, when you overuse the stadium, they tell you need the stadium now for some facility. You know they get them. That is why we are struggling now. We never know when the engineers and they say they will be completed in April 2024, which we are hoping and praying for. But look at how many matches that we don't go play outside the country. Look at how many millions and thousands of people that we don't be deprived for watch the national team where they play now. So and also we hope that they go, of course, get the approval from CAF, because Yakubu said me there, the Nigerian striker himself can do an inspection and all. Himself, according to the observation, he was very much pleased. We expect another set of CAF officials for Jet Salon, probably the end of February, for can do the own. That would be a bias-free inspection and all, because come say what you may, the Chris Kamara, the Aaron Johnson, they are all Sierra Leoneans. Yeah, if he left to the one, if that no more be the inspection, it should have been a green light for make we use match and all. But when CAF they can, they are not going to do it by sympathy. They want for ensure say all the facilities the way stadium forget it gets them. And from waiting we don't see and all, it seems as if that stadium they get them. So probably there is a possibility that Salon will play the next 2 matches them in March. Inside that Southern Arena, them the one of the matches because we will play the away match in Morocco at the Stanford because they Sao Tome they host their matches that they and then they been choose because they get banned on the stadium and probably they can play the return leg na the Southern Arena. That is all what we are hoping and praying for, and we just hope that game the way Babadi gets. You know, it's a game for Babadi, but I will tell you, it's not only a game for him as the team manager, but it's a game for the entire country. At this point, we struggle for facility. If the Southern Arena can come and salvage it for the time being, then we will all go be very much pleased.
Okay. In the next 2-3 years, what would you expect from Sierra Leone Aquat?
Wow, expect so many good things there. Expect medals. Expect, of course, a very brand new swimming pool. At that time, we hope that we will transfer. And that use this platform for begin big government. Please, when the pool London, now don't give we one for go. We want for manage we pool for we safe. SLFA Academy, now SLFA the controller. Swimming pool we believe saying now we for controller. Because now we are the experts in that area. But we don't want like the last one now youth commission in daily. How can youth commission handle a swimming pool? With all due respect to them, so the big papa government. Do you are when the renovation done, we consider for giving don't yonder. Now don't give me one for day. Now don't want to secretariat for the. Now we are paying thousands of dollars from the little support we get from the partners them. Government not they help we with rent, allowances and all. But we manage and pay just that we go do with day-to-day activities. We pray and hope that they will give it that stadium day, that swimming pool day for manager where the renovation go on complete. And we don't see the plan. Then they try for establish an ultra modern swimming pool, which will be very good for Salon as well. And we understand it, we said we will push for host competition. And so expect something different, something marvelous, and also expect an open water competition this year on Easter. We won't forget the competition, an open water competition with the target over 50 swimmers there for go showcase their talent. We do that for identify more swimmers there and also popularize the aquatic sport in this country. Thank you so much, you states. Now I always feel obliged when I can get the opportunity for come now. Mercy Sport and can talk about sport. Thank you.
And I see una media on social media, and I get a very nice platform really
because of course we have a new program.
I see una programs compared to other sporting disciplines. Okay, very very poor. So I believe for say if una can share idea with other sporting disciplines,
and you will testify say we are the only association where they give information every week.
Exactly.
That's two things every day.
Why other organizations then in it flow like that? I believe also they share ideas, so that's what.
Well, we open. We open.
The only thing we make is say, I just hope that now we get the football, now we get the Sierra aquatic. I just hope that the other sporting
disciplines and
they can come up and see our best, because as somebody say, you're not there for the look at say football. All these
we are not seeing them.
Yeah,
we are not.
You go get what you elect, me say go get me elect.
Exactly.
So now when we get all of these things that established, now we know and try for see people enter and see how best go for Kate for them that they need different parts. So I just hope that people we get love for the sports then can come up and see our best then go for, because at times we only with this no more this government but we ourselves, because we get like about the do just now it's let government can make the stadium or whatever. It come it take upon himself and do for himself.
Yes,
now the country get the praise. Like you always say, if everybody we gets the power for do something as Sierra Leone do at the end of the day we can't really go far. Yes. But we only look at one person for put the blame and cast the blame for one green policy way that's not good. So if we can come together and try for push the sporting activities then before, and I think Sierra Leone will be a very, very good place for them. So Mr. Reginald, I'm glad to forget you. So Mr. Martin, I don't know if you will get anything last for say to the
no, I for say plenty thank you to the family out there, and also plenty thank you to Boss Reginald. Not easy for you invite somebody to come. I really appreciate, because different sporting disciplines and they will say one for giving the platform, but we need to see them activities them out in the acts like and always and they blame government, say government how they help them. Government say give account with your activity report. How is the activity report, and also move, you get for reach up to the media. Well now we know all the targets on television, social media, the Facebook, WhatsApp, all they see in the flow. Except me, I always keep swimming on my own catching soon. I don't know missy. One was a plenty thank you to now, and when I continue the good work, because people in the outside they are not just want to focus on football, other sporting discipline, and they want themselves move out to the height out there, so that at least everybody will be engaged in this country. Plenty thank you to you, manager. He says.
Okay. Plenty to my able man, my producer, my everything, sports reporter Martin Alisisi, and to the viewers there, they are telling us thank you for spending our time and spending our time for listening to the sports hour on Mercy Television. Until next week, we say tata.
More and more people are using Rokel SIM Copper Plus in their everyday lives. Did you hear that? She just transferred money for her daughter's school fees. And this man just paid for some products. Ah, Mr. Abu, are you sending money to your wife again?
Yes, like Rokel SIM Copper.
Ah.
Yes, like having money in my pocket.
Ah, excellent.
Thank you.
He just bought some eggs. The world is digital, so keep up with the times. Have you got a payment to make? If so, just download Rokel SIM Copper Plus now. You can download the Rokel SIM Copper Plus app from Apple iStore and iPad or Google Play Store for Android users. You see, it's fast, safe and reliable.